Alright, what's up guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, we have a market watch to go over. That's right. So for those who might be new to the channel, we do a market watch on the 1st and the 15th of every single month. Okay, so let's do this guys. Let's get right into it. Just to lay out the video real quick. First things first, we're going to head over to TCGplayer.com like what you see in the background here. And we're going to be talking about the prices of primarily OP13, EB-02, and PRB-02. Okay, we'll be checking that out first. And then after that, we're going to head over to Limitless TCG, and we're going to see how much decks are costing in their entirety. Okay, so let's do this, guys. I will have everything time-stamped in the general description, and I'll have all relevant links and stuff like that in the comment section below. If you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to put those down in the comment section below, or hop on the VV Theory Discord. Link will be in the channel description. Today's video is brought to you by Nin Garden. And right now, when you buy any 2 playmats, you can get the non-stitched Sun God playmat for $9.99. On top of that, you can buy any 2 pins to get the 3rd for 50% off. So be sure to use my code, the VV Theory, at the checkout for 10% off of your next order. Alright guys, before we get into this, let me say something up front here, real quick. Please do not forget to use my TCG Player affiliate link if you're going to be buying anything from TCGplayer.com. The link to that will be in the channel description, the comment section, pretty much all over my channel. You'll be able to find it if you look for it. And I would really appreciate that, guys. It would help me out big time. Now, let's do this. First things first, we're going to be talking about OP13. Excuse me. Overall, OP13's prices are absolutely incredible. We've never seen better. There's only one problem. There's only one problem. It's this one right here. As it loads in, boxes are going for $315 USD. Unopened, of course. Always check for this. Let me tell everybody something real quick, guys. Please be careful when you see this, okay? I'm not trying to call out any like buyers or sellers in particular or whatever. It's a matter of you need to be careful when you buy loose packs like this, because understand this. When it comes to opening boxes, there are a certain number of hits that are available per box. So what some people will do, again, I'm not saying that's what this individual did, but what some people will do is they will open up a single box, open up pack one by one, and if they hit all the hits that are possible in that one box, they'll take the remaining packs and they will put them into basically a designation that, okay, there can't be any crazy alt arts in here or anything, anything like that. So please be careful if you're trying to buy individual packs like this. I would always try to look for this right here, unopened. Okay, that's what you should be going for if you're trying to buy a box, trying to save it to have further value down the road. Excuse me, guys. Now, speaking of value, we do have to talk about things in terms of investing nowadays, because Pokemon has been seeing, or excuse me, One Piece has been seeing some Pokemon numbers on the market, right? We've been seeing a lot of stuff going on there. I have talked a little bit more about the investing side of things in a recent truck talk. I will try to remember to post that in the comment section below if you're interested in checking that out. But yeah, there's been a lot of money going into One Piece lately. It's a good thing, and it's a bad thing. For the collectors, it's not necessarily the greatest thing, but for the players, it's pretty good, because that's going to be driving the prices down of all the cards you see here drastically. All of the base non-alt art stuff, all the base art cards, that drives the price down massively, like you can see on the screen here. However, if you're someone who just likes to bust open boxes, well, look where you're at. $315 for a box, guys. I think these are supposed to be somewhere around, excuse me, guys, my allergies. I think these are supposed to be somewhere around $130 to $140 USD. Okay, maybe even a little bit less than that. So with these being at $315, that's not a comfortable thing to talk about. That is a tough pill to swallow if you're someone who likes to open up boxes just to crack open packs and get, see what kind of cool cards you can get. Okay, so we'll have to keep our eye on that. I do not expect OP14 to be the same. OP13 in particular was the beginning of a new block, so it was treated as what's called an anniversary set. Anniversary sets have all of these extra rarity cards I'm going to show you guys now. All of the cards you see on the screen right here are possible things you can open when you open up a box of OP13. So they have all of these special new rarity cards here, and of course they have the standard alt-art stuff as well, but these are all really, really chase cards here you would be trying to get if you're a collector. Well, because of that, you know, I think it really drove the prices up on the boxes for OP13, because you could, I mean, think about it like this, guys, just, you know, I'm not saying it's going to be very easy to do. The chances are very low, but the chances are if you open up a box of OP13, you could get this card right here in it. And look at this, guys, $8,500 market price, and there's none on the market, so it might be even more expensive than that. Just to put things into perspective, that is why these boxes cost so much. It doesn't mean you're going to get a card like that. Understand, it's still a total chance. It's totally, you know, it's a gamble. But the fact that that is even possible makes it very collectible. And I do expect, let me say this real quick, guys, I do expect these boxes to probably go up in price over time. We've seen that now with all the way back in OP01. Let me show you guys something real quick for those who are not aware. Let me go to, instead of Carrying on His Will, excuse me, we would go all the way back to Romance Dawn. Whoops, I messed everything up there. Okay, there we go. If you go all the way back to Romance Dawn, and if you sort by highest to lowest prices, look at this. Okay, for a box of Wave 2, this is the second printing of Romance Dawn, which is OP01. These are going for $1,400 for the second wave. For the first wave, it is the blue box, Wave 1 blue, $5,000, okay? So, understand, set 1 was obviously very important because it's the first set ever in the game. So, it's kind of like the first anniversary set, so to speak. Well, guys, now we are all the way back. Let me go to Best Match real quick. There we go. Now we are all the way up to OP13, which is the beginning of Block 4, okay? So, this is kind of celebrating going into the 4th year of this game. And this set right here, yeah, it's $315 now, but don't be surprised if you see this one start to climb up in price as well as time moves on. Okay, spent enough time talking about that, but I really wanted to stress what was going on there, guys, because understand, everything else in OP13 is thumbs up, ready to buy, good to go, buy your play sets, get it over with. The most expensive cards are Edward Newgate for $1.50, okay, and then where's here it is, the 10 cost 5 Elders, $2.50. This is the most expensive card in the entire set. That is a non-alt-art, non-special card, other than the secret rares, which we're going to look at now. Let me go to Rarity and go to Secrets. Now, the other three, hang on, are we not in, okay, excuse me, we're not in Carrying on His Will anymore. There we go. Had to fix that real quick. This is for the OP13 set we were just in. Now, check this out. These secret rares are extremely affordable. I would buy them as soon as you can, okay? Don't wait for the prices to go up on these. They could go down a little bit. Ace is already $3.50. I think this card's probably where it's going to be at. Sabo is under $10. Great price point to pick this card up at right now. And then Monkey D. Luffy is at $10, really about $12 if you look at it. Guys, look at this. $11 to $12, however you want to see it. This card is the most expensive card in OP13, technically, as far as the highest rarity stuff goes. Non-alt art, obviously. This is actually still a very good price, because we're about to talk about something in just a second that's not so great. In fact, I'm just going to bring it up now. We're going to talk about this in just a minute. There are some cards now that are secret rarities from previous sets that are really starting to climb in price. So $10 for the most expensive secret rare in a set. That is a thumbs up, guys. Buy those when you get a chance. Maybe one here, until you finally get your play sets of what you need. Now, let's go from there. Before we go backwards to PRB-02 and EB-02, first we're going to check out Kuma and Boncray, Mr. 2 Boncray Bentham. That one will be in one of the sets we look at, but I'm just going to show you guys that now too. So first up is Kuma. Guys, I was pleading with people right here. Let me go 6 months back. The card was way too expensive at first. I said, don't buy it yet. It's a little too expensive. And then it dropped down to around $26. I believe this is when I first started telling people, hey, now's probably the time to buy the card. I bought my first, I bought my Kumas around the $27 price point. It then went up to around $32 and dipped all the way down to around 20 bucks. Guys, that is incredible. Grats to everybody who got it for that cheap. But now, look at this. We're all the way back up to about $40 a card. It was a secret rare that was already super expensive out of the gate. It is a universally or generically good card for yellow, and now we're starting to see yellow do very well over in the East in OP14. OP14 looks incredible, okay? And this card, yeah, it's kind of becoming a yellow staple, and it's a secret rarity card. So if you don't already have these, maybe start trying to trade for them. If you have personal trade stuff you can use to get them, however you can get a hold of them. I'd try to at least get 2 of them for now. Get like what I call a pseudo play set. I would snatch these up as soon as you can, because if you're a yellow player. If you're not a yellow player, then yeah, I wouldn't even waste my time with it. But if you're a yellow player and you're trying to get into either Reva Army or 7 Warlords or Boa or Blue Yellow Nami or whatever it might be. Actually, I don't know if Blue Yellow Nami plays or not, but anyway, whatever you're trying to build into, that's yellow. I would probably try to get a few of these as soon as you can. Okay, because I don't see them going down much further in price, guys. If anything, this is rough. I could see it going up even further in price over time. Hopefully not. I hope I'm wrong on that, but I would not take any chances. Okay, next up, we are going to check out Mr. 2 Bonkare Bentham. Hang on. This card is the so let me say this, that Kuma we just looked at, that is the most expensive base rarity card in the entire game right now. That is the most expensive card at around $40. The second most expensive one, from what I understand, excluding any kind of weird promo cards, is this Mr. 2 Bonkare Bentham. This card for the original print is about $33, but there is a reprint from PRB-02, which we're about to look at in a second, that goes for $28. Look at this. I mean, it's not going down. Y'all see the trajectory of this card, right? It's just going up and up and up and up. I don't know how this happens, guys. I think Bandai kind of dropped the ball with PRB-02 in particular, and we're about to talk about that more in just a second. I think Bandai really dropped the ball with PRB-02. They tried to print too much at one time. They had way too many reprints in there, and they had too many exclusive cards to PRB-02 that did not have a high enough printing of those cards either. So it just became a nightmare, guys. It became a real nightmare. So keep your eye on Mr. 2 Bonkare Bentham, and keep your eye on Kuma, Bartholomew Kuma, the 2 secret rares there, okay? Now, let's move over to PRB-02. Let's just kind of lock in here for a second. Marco has gone down a bit in cost here. It was, I mean, of course, it started out high. They're always high with the pre-release prices, but it kind of sat around the $18 to $20 mark for quite some time, right around here. You can kind of see, notice the price range, guys. Don't just look at the blue number. Look at the price range. Anywhere from $12.86 to $28.97. Moving over to here, $14 to $21. Okay, moving over to here, $14 to $25. The card has kind of sat in this $14 to $25 window for a while now, but the average price has gone down a little bit over time, and now we're down to $15.56. Okay, and this one's even $14.40, but it does have $19 or 99 cents in shipping. So I have to say, if you've been waiting for this card to go down over time, it might go down a little bit further, but this might also be the lowest it goes. So keep your eye on this card, guys. $15 for this card is not bad considering how strong this card is. This is almost the equivalent of the secret card we just looked at. I would almost consider this Marco is probably the equivalent in power level as this secret rare Mr. 2 Bonkare Bentham. Okay, so really, you know, considering you can get this card for $14 and it costs like $28 to $30 for Mr. 2 Bonkare Bentham, I would just kind of see it in your eyes. If it helps you justify it in your mind, I would just kind of see this as like a secret rarity card because it is a very high quality SR from a PRB-02 set. That makes it very rare. So, something to consider. I'm not saying it's I wish this card was way cheaper, okay? I'll be the first, guys, I'll be the first one to tell y'all, I wish all these cards went way down in price. I am not a collector and I am not an investor, okay? I do have my own personal collection, but for me, it's always going to be about bringing new people into the game and keeping the market nice and healthy and nice and affordable for everyone to be able to play what they want to. So I wish all these cards would go down in price. We got some others to talk about. Cavendish, $3 or $4 for the reprint. Snatch those up as soon as you can. This Sabo, $7 for this card. I know that's expensive, but I don't see this card going down much further in price. It had spiked up to $15. Now it's down to $7. I'd probably snatch this up as soon as you can. It's just a nice quality card to get as soon as you can get it, as soon as you can afford it. This Trafalgar Law, auto buy this, guys. Let me just tell you right now, Do not even take your chances with these SRs from PRB and EB sets. Okay, from the premium booster and extra booster sets, which is PRB and EB sets. Do not even take your chances. If you can find an SR for under $5 from these sets, just get your play set now. I think it's just the smartest thing to do if you're serious about this game. Okay? Now, if you're not serious about the game and you don't play that whatever color it might be, then yeah, of course, ignore it. And let me just get this out of the way up front now, guys. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm just giving you guys, my thoughts on what's going on in the market for the players who are serious about, keeping up their collection and staying ahead of the curve so that you don't get hit with some insanely high prices, maybe like this, in the future, right? Because, yes, this card is $14.40 and this one's only $1.77. But all it takes is one good leader to be printed that can run this card, and now all of a sudden the card spikes up to like $10, $15, $20. It all depends. Now, to be fair, a leader might not ever pop up just to help the card out. But if you can get the playset now for under $10, I would say it's worth getting, guys, specifically for the PRB sets and the EB sets. Okay. Next up is Boa. This card's around $10. I don't know why. I don't think this card's being run very much in any of the decks that are doing well for Boa. I think Blue-Yellow Boa Hancock, the OP14 leader that's doing very well right now in the East, I don't think they even run this card. Maybe some versions do. Maybe some people just want to hold on to this card in case it gets better down the road. I don't know. If you guys know, please tell me down in the comment section below. Give me a heads up and tell me what's going on here. But it does look like the card's gone down a bit. Let me see something. Are we on the correct condition? Yeah, we're on near mint. And it looks like it's something's going on with the sales here, guys. Maybe no one's buying it right now. I'm not exactly sure, but it says 0 items sold for the past almost month, guys. Yeah, for the past month, no items are sold, but the price is still high. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe there's something wrong with the TCG player data for this card. Who knows? But whatever the case is, this card's around $10. Maybe you can try and wait on this one. I don't know why it's even as expensive as it is, but it is a film 7 Warlords Kuja Pirates type character for Boa that's yellow. It has a trigger. It's a 5-cost 7K. It has a lot of things going on for it. The on-play is decent as well, and the trigger's pretty nice as well. It has some decent stuff going on for it, but not enough to really justify that price tag, considering how low it's being played right now from what I've seen personally. Again, not saying it's a bad card, but that's a little bit steep for the price, in my personal opinion. Okay, so that's Boa there. We talked about Sabo. So Nami's at a very affordable price. Guys, I know you might be laughing like, what, $3 for a rare? It's not even an SR or a secret. Yes, it's at a good price because this is a rare for a premium booster set. I'll say the same thing for extra booster sets as well. Okay, because look at this. Oh, so this is a, look, here's just a rare as well. $7 a card. Do y'all see this, guys? Actually, it's really like $10. There's just this one that's selling at a near mint with $2 shipping for about $8.75. But most of them are $8 to $9 each. And yeah, this is for a rare. Okay, so again, when I say like, oh, here's a rare for under $3 from the same set, it's probably worth picking up because this is a very high quality searcher for any Purple Straw Hat Crew deck. Okay, so Otama, about $9 a card. Yep, same idea here as what we just saw with Zoro. So this Zoro, let me just click on them like this. Otama, Zoro, and Joribani, these are basically the best rares from the entire set, and that's why they cost more than some SRs do, because people want to get their full collection of these cards. Okay, they want to get their full play sets so they can move on and, not have to worry about it down the road if the cards spike up in price. Then we have Charlotte Pudding. I think this is a good price to get this at, even though it's a very specific card for a very specific deck. I think $3.30 for an SR from a PRB set, not exactly terrible. Kobe has fallen down in price a little bit. It's down to $5 because I think it started off a lot higher. Yeah, it was kind of around the $8 mark for a while. Then it dipped way down. It's sitting in the $4 to $5 range. Pretty good to get that out right now, but it is still kind of pricey for a rare. And then I think that's about it. Yeah, for all the new cards from PRB, all the other ones I would just snatch up as soon as you can. But the most expensive cards from PRB we just went over. And you need to kind of keep your eye on those. Maybe make a checklist to, maybe get one card every single week or one card every month. And just finally get to the point where you can mark it off your checklist where you have your full collection. These PRB cards are nice, guys. They're nice. And let's not forget what happened with Cavendish. Okay, we are going to move over to Cavendish for just a second. I want to show you guys something. Cavendish. Okay, when this card first came out, where's the original one? Here's a Zorro reprint. This is cheap as well, but this is the original Cavendish. It's still selling for about $5. Look at this, guys. When we go 6 months out, this card was going for $40 to $45 a card, okay? This card was an EB01. It was an SR from EB01. So when I tell you guys to keep your eyes peeled on some of these cards from the PRB sets and the EB sets, please do not ignore me on that, guys. Keep your eyes glued to them. Monitor it, check it out from time to time, because you never know. Like I said, all it takes is one good deck to come out that runs, like, let's just say Trafalgar Law. All it takes is one good deck that comes out that uses this card, and it's like a strong card in the deck, and now all of a sudden we're dealing with a $10 to $15 or $20 card. So you got to be really careful about that. Okay, that's enough yapping about PRB-02. Everything else in this set looks very good to purchase whenever you need it. Even this Secret Rare Zorro, under $10 for a Secret Rare, even with it being a reprint, thumbs up. That's a solid price to get it at. Okay, now moving over to EB-02. Kind of confusing, right? We have PRB-02 and EB-02. Well, PRB, like I said, stands for Premium Booster. Now, EB stands for Extra Booster. Okay, now let me explain them a little bit. The PRB stuff is more for reprints, and the EB stuff is to support leaders that are not doing well, some leaders that kind of got left behind. Okay, that's kind of the main concept. There's other stuff going on there as well with alt arts and whatnot, but I think that's the best way to understand what's going on there, but who knows, that could change in the future. Now, as far as EB-02 goes, excuse me, this Nami, just like what we saw with the purple Nami Searcher, now we see the green Nami Searcher for EB, and it's about $3.68 a card, right? It's about $4 a card. So snatch these up when you can if you're trying to play any kind of green Straw Hat Crew stuff in the future. Now, for the SRs, I'm going to sort just by SRs for a second. Let me see if there's any other rares that are as expensive as Nami. Nope, not Chopper Man. That's about it, I think. If I missed any, guys, if I miss any cards, please help me out in the comment section below of any like cards, any kind of big movers right now. Okay, now let's go over to super rares for EB-02. Keep your eye on these cards. I know, I'm sorry, I sound like a broken record, but you really, really should be cautious with this stuff, guys. Yamato is down quite a bit. This has dropped down in price. That's a good thing, but it's still around $12 a card. And then I have to say something about this real quick, guys. I went over a card yesterday. I think it's a 7-cost, 8,000 power Kikinojo. And I have a feeling that there's probably going to be a little bit of a resurgence for Red Green Odin when that card comes out. It's from EB-04, so it's a little bit in the future, right? But to be fair, it's only, I think it's coming out in January or February. I can't remember exactly. But there's a new card coming out in there. It's like a 7-cost, 8,000 power Land of Wano character, green Kikinojo, okay? And if Red Green Odin becomes a little better, and this card right here becomes even better, that could drive the price up. So keep your eye on this card, guys. This card has a lot of potential. Enel, if you're trying to play Enel, this is, of course, kind of a staple card, I think, in that deck now. That's why this card's where it's at. Nefeltari Vivi is good in every single blue deck, especially blue decks that can pull cards back to hand, but it is a little bit pricey. I don't think it's really necessary for certain decks. It's almost like you play Nefeltari Vivi or you play the 4-cost, what's his name, the 4-cost Marco. That's kind of the way that I see it in my mind. If I'm playing a blue deck, I'm either running a deck that has like combo synergy where I can pull this card back to my hand and draw cards from it multiple times a game, or I'm going to play out a deck that just goes more linear, just kind of curves out, and I want to play out a 4-cost Marco in that deck. But Nefeltari Vivi, solid card to pick up as soon as you can. Vegapunk is starting to see a lot of steam pick up, guys. Look at this. Guys, hang on. Look at this. Okay, this has jumped up to $10. This card was around $5 for a while here. This was a great price point to get it at. Now we're up to $10. We're starting to see a lot of Egghead support come out, okay? And we're starting to see people play Vegapunk again, all right? But yeah, this card, it's a pretty solid card in that deck. I build Vegapunk a bit more aggressively. I think I only run like 2 copies or less whenever I build Vegapunk. There are other ways to build it, but this is still considered a very strong card in the deck for obvious reasons. Pause and read it if you don't already know. Okay, then we got Sanjian Pudding. This card's at a pretty decent price. I'd snatch these up as soon as you can. Trafalgar Law and Bonnie. There's no way I would not just get a playset, guys. There's no way in the world I wouldn't just get my playset of these if I'm trying to play this game in the long term and I plan on playing black or green at any point in the future. There's just no reason not to get them. I wouldn't wait for someone to figure out a way to break these cards and then they skyrocket in price. Okay, Sengoku. We got to talk about Sengoku. There are some rumors, there's some speculation going around that in the future we're going to be seeing we're going to revisit the Paramount War or whatever it's called with Marineford. We're going to be revisiting that in the future, people are saying, either in OP15 or OP16. I'm not exactly sure, and I don't know where people get this information from, guys. Please don't quote me on it. I'm just telling you guys what I've heard. The rumor on the street, the word going around, is that we're going to be revisiting the Paramount War stuff with, I think that's what it's called, with Marineford. And if that's the case, there's no way I would not snag at least 2 or 3 copies of this card right now, just to be safe. $10 for like 3 of this card might be a safe bet. Okay? All right, the rest of this is alt-art stuff I don't care about. But this Arlong, hang on, this Arlong, definitely worth getting for under $2. You get a whole playset for under $10. Okay, so that's pretty much it for all of the cards from, the cards that are moving big time. Let me just check one more thing. We'll shop all and we'll look at best matches to see if anything else might be popping off here. Looks like we have a 2nd anniversary stamp promo that's moving up. Some of these cards investors are looking at. They want to buy some of the cooler, more rare cards. But overall, I don't think there's too much going on, guys, and you're going to see that when we get to the deck list here in just a second, how much these deck lists are costing. But watch your eyes, guys. Flashbang warning here. How do I say this? OP13 is just so incredibly cheap. Now, some people are building towards OP14, so I will type in Don Quixote real quick to see what that's going for. Let me go to purple Don Quixote cards. And yeah, so keep an eye on this. If you want to play purple Don Quixote moving forward, guys, go ahead and snag this 8-cost Dofi as soon as you can. It's already moving. It's up to about $350. This 5-cost Rosinante, really good pickup here. We're starting to see a lot of support for purple yellow Rosinante. It might be worth picking up some support for him soon. I'll try to save that for another video. And then everything else is pretty well priced on here. As far as Jinbei goes, there's an Arlong that came out some time ago. It's a promo. Let me see if I can go into promo rarity and try to find it. Yeah, here we go. I don't think we need this card, guys. I'm just going to say it. I mean, get it if you want to. It is still like a collectible card because it's a sealed Battle Kit Volume 1 promo card. So, of course, buy at your own discretion. But I don't think this card is necessary for the way Jinbei functions at higher levels. Who knows? Maybe it is, but I think you can get away with not running this card. Okay, so that's blue. So, and then for green, for Dracula Mihawk, you're kind of going to have to wait for some cards to come out and also see what Dracula Mihawk is kind of all over the place for the green cards, but be sure one card that I would really consider getting is the 8-cost Mihawk. Here it is right here. I would definitely consider getting this card as soon as you can. It's just a good card to have. You might want to run 1 or 2 of these in Mihawk. What else? So we got red Trafalgar Law. So let's check out Kid and Killer. This is a card that I've seen go up and down, up and down, up and down in prices. Okay, check this out. There are so many different kinds of it now. This 4-cost here. So this is the original one. It is a $4 rare, okay, from EB01. There was a reprint for the Learn Together deck. This card's going for about $2.19. I think it says rare on here, but from what I understand, it's not foil. Now, this original EB01 is rare, so it's a little bit holographic, or however you'd explain that. I think it has a slight shimmer to it because it's a rare quality card, but I think the Learn Together pack here, the $2.60 one, that one I believe is not foiled at all. Okay? And then we have a bunch of really fancy alt-art ones here for an online regional. And then we have the standard alt-art for $20. This is a great card to pick up as soon as you can if you do want to play with the with Red Trafalgar Law in OP14. Now, in Crocodile, you don't have to really worry about too much. In Black Yellow Gecko Moria, there's not a whole lot to worry about. The only card I would say that's worth worrying about in Black Yellow Gecko Moria is this 6-cost Gecko here. This card's about $3.50 for the, this is a PRB-02 card. I'm surprised I missed this when we were going over that, but this is a great card to pick up at this point, this price point right here, because this is going to be good in probably green-black Perona, black Gecko Moria, and black-yellow Gecko Moria going into OP14. Okay, so definitely worth getting there. Now, as far as Boa Hancock goes, let me just type in Boa, because there's actually quite a bit of cards that are going on here. Yep. Okay, so this card has jumped in price, of course. This is an ST17 Boa. This card is actually so important. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. It is so important for how Boa functions, the new blue-yellow leader. Understand what's going on here. You play this card out for 4 Dawn, okay? So whether you're on your 4 Dawn turn or your 5 Dawn turn, it doesn't really matter. You're playing this card out for 4 Dawn, you're getting a free Dawn on your leader, and you're setting your top 3 cards. Okay, read this effect very carefully if you don't know what it does. You're setting your top 3 cards. Okay, that's real cool and all, but you still don't get to draw a card from it, so why does it matter? Well, here's why it matters. Because on your next turn, you're going to draw a card for your next turn, right? But then you're probably going to follow up with a 6-cost Kuma, okay? The 6-cost Kuma, if you set things up properly with your Boa Hancock, you can set up a card on top of your life that is a trigger card from your Boa's search effect. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? That's why this card is extremely important. Make sure to snatch these up now. I know it's kind of too late, guys. That's why I say to try to get on top of all these cards as soon as you can. Look at this card, guys. Look at this card. $1 a card. $1 a card for months, guys. For months, this card was $1. Anytime you see an SR, SRs have the silver border. SR. Kind of remember that, right? SR silver border. Okay? Anytime you see a silver border card that's under $2 or $3, you might as well just snatch it up when you can afford it, obviously, because you never know when something like this is going to hit. Okay? The same logic is true for secret rares as well, guys. For the gold borders, the secret rare cards, if it's under $5, no questions asked. I'm buying that card immediately as a forward play set. That's just how I keep things. Yeah, look at this, guys. Jumped up 1,600%. That's crazy. I don't know how that works, but yeah, something like that. So either way, it looks like this card was $1. Now it's $10. Please keep your eye on this card, guys. If you don't already have it and you want to play Blue Yellow Boa. This is one of those cards where I'm going to be honest. If you were already trying to play Boa Hancock, how did you not already have this card, right? Even if, no matter what, if you're trying to, play Boa in the future or whatever, it's kind of one of those cards you probably should have already had. But either way, hey, here we are. It is what it is. So it's still very affordable at $11 a card. It is. I know that's not what anyone wants to hear right now when it used to be $1 a card. But yeah, I would definitely keep my eye on this one. Okay, I think that's it. Let me see. So we went over red, green, blue, purple, black, and yellow, and black, yellow, and blue, yellow, and all that good stuff. Okay, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and head over now to Limitless TCG and see what all these decks are costing in their entirety for OP13. Now, one more thing I want to say before I go over there. If I missed any of the big moving cards, guys, please say something. Help us out in the comment section below. I can't get every one of them, guys. I'm not, I'm just a human. I'm not perfect. I can't remember all of them. Okay, I can't even catch all of them. All right, here we go, guys. Let's check out, we're over on LimitlessTCG.com. We're going to check out what these decks are running. I'm going to try to move through this pretty quickly. I just want to see what the average price of decks are in the current meta. So Emu is going to be outrageously cheap. Let's get a first place list here by Elijah Quinby. First place list from regional Fort Worth, Texas. $31 for a first place list out of regional, guys. Incredible price point here. Most expensive card is the 5 Elders. For a 4-of play set, it's $10. Incredible. Okay, so that's Black Emu. Red Blue Ace is one of the more expensive, if not the most expensive cards, decks in the game right now. We have Roy Choi's first place list here from the regional in Toronto, Ontario. $210. That's really not even that bad, guys. That's really not even that bad. This card has dropped down in price. It used to be a lot more. So it's about $15 a card, $60 for a play set. Uda, this is a card we kind of missed, guys. Now we're going to look at it now. About $10. This is a starter deck SR. It is. That's just how it works, guys. I don't know why Bandai chooses to do it in that way, but any of the EB sets, the PRB stuff, the promo stuff, or the starter deck stuff, those SRs they can go up pretty quickly in price. That's why it's important to stay on top of it and get them while they're still cheap. Okay, everything else looks pretty good. This Goldie Roger has gone up. This card is $25 a card. This is another card, guys. This Goldie Roger, I was telling people to buy this when it was under $5 a card. But here we are. That's okay. Hey, lesson learned for a lot of people. And, I will say this. the card is kind of necessary in some ways to help close out games. But if you're just trying to play this deck, you know, and you don't want to, you know, spend a lot of money, you can make this deck very affordable by not running these Marcos. Just run something else in the place of them, like the 4-cost red Marco. In the place of these Udas, just run whatever 2K counter you want to. And in the place of these Gold D Rogers, you can just run whatever 10 costs you want to. Maybe run 2 more of these 9-cost Roger or Newgates here, or maybe even go up 2 Atmos if you want to save money and just go from there. Again, this is just for new players trying to get into the game and you just want to experience the deck and see what this leader's like. You can just build a more budget version, and if you do that, the deck will be under $100. If you replace these 4-cost Marcos with pretty much any 4-cost blocker, but there's a 4-cost red Marco, we are going to look that up real quick, guys. I do apologize. We have to look that up for the new players. Okay, cards, search. Here we go. Oh, there we go. All right, so it's this card right here. So this card, 20 cents a card. Is it as good as the blue Marco? No, not really. But that doesn't matter if you're just trying to, you know, get some reps in, so to speak, with this deck right here with this leader red blue ace. You can replace this Marco with the 4-cost blocker red Marco. You can replace this Uda with any 2K counter of your choice, and then you can replace these 2 Gold D Rogers with 2 Atmos or 2 more puddings, and that will drive the price down by over $100, and you can get to test this deck at least to some extent, you know, on a much better budget. Okay. That was red, blue, ace, and now we have green Zoro. Green Zoro, here is a, let's look for a high placing list here. Here is a second place list by Saber. $125, really not that bad. Draco Mihawks are extremely expensive right now, guys. Keep your eye out for this. I didn't even notice that. Yep, it looks like you can get a miscellaneous version here. That's like an alt art version for, whoops, okay, I just clicked on that, guys. Hope I didn't blind anyone there. Yeah, for this alt art right here, this is from the illustration box, volume number 4. It's much cheaper, so I'd probably just go with that. Okay, let's go back to wherever we were. I didn't know it would do that. I thought it would just like go to the card that we'd been looking at on there, but who knows, maybe if I click on this one. Mind dries one more time, guys. Here we go. Okay, that's what I wanted to happen. That's what I wanted it to do, but I clicked on the blue, and it was a hyperlink to TCG player. My apologies, guys. My apologies. But yeah, this is the miscellaneous version. It actually looks a little bit better in some ways than the other version. It depends, you know, everyone has their own preference in like their art style that they like better than the other or whatnot. But here's the thing. They both look fine, and this one's $5 cheaper, so I would just go with this one. Okay, let me go back a bunch of times. Here we go. So Green Zoro, it looks like you can drop the price of this down by $20, getting it right around $100. This Perona is necessary. It's a very important searcher. Cavendish, we already looked at this one. That's about where it needs to be. And this Zoro just keeps climbing up in price. But let me see something real quick. Yeah, if we click on this one, we were on the cheapest one, guys. We were on the cheapest one, this $14 one. Oh, well, it is what it is. Hey, you know, about $100 for this deck if you do choose to go with the cheaper version of Mihawk. Not too bad for a top-tier deck. Okay, and then we have Red Purple Roger. Just going to look for the most recent list here. What is this? It's like stuck on the screen, guys. Y'all see this? I don't know what's going on. We'll click on this 31st place list by Fire Dragon. Okay, about $300. Yeah, it's all about this Mr. 2 Boncray Bentham and these 2 Goldie Rogers. If you remove 2 Goldie Rogers and 4 Mr. 2 Boncray Benthams, the Sanji we'll talk about in a minute, and then this Edward Newgate's fine, whatever. So yeah, it's mainly those 2, and then these 2K counter Udas. If you remove these 10 cards from the deck literally drops down by over $100. Oh, actually, hang on, it drops down by over $200. Okay, so if you're just trying to play Red Purple Roger because you want to try it out, no problem. Just run any other card over this that ramps you down. Ask in the comment section if you don't know any cards that can do that. This 2K counter Uda, we can run any 2K counter in the place of this. This Goldie Roger, I'd try to get my hands on if you could. Maybe instead replace this card, but this card's good as well with the leader because you can take your last life card, setting up for an Alpha Strike with this card. Some of the cards are kind of intertwined like that, I have to say, guys. But at the same time, it's unfortunate that this deck, Goldie Roger, it's probably like the 4th or 5th best deck in the format right now, and it's probably the most expensive, right? So you're paying the most to have a deck that's not as good as the top 3, but hey, like I said, there are budget ways to build these decks where their power level will go down a little bit, but their price will go down a lot, okay? So definitely worth considering if you just want to play the leader. And again, guys, let me say this real quick, too, before we move on. If you're trying to make any of these decks budget, that's what the Discord is for. Make sure to hop on the Discord. We have an entire channel called Deck Theory Crafting. You can ask on there at any time, like, hey, can someone help me make my deck list budget? And I can pretty much guarantee you someone will. If not, then I will eventually get to it, right, if no one else does first. Okay, so that's that. That was Red Purple Roger. Silver's Rayleigh has gone down a bit in price, I think. 7th place here by David Ferrari. Let's check this list out. Excuse me, it's well under $100 right now. The most expensive card looks like it's this Sanji and this Nami. Okay, they both look like Nami, but this is like a Punk Hazard version of Sanji. So these are the two most expensive cards here. About $10 for 2 Zoros. Okay, this card's gone up a bit in price, guys. About $5 for this, but it looks like we can get one for $2.88 for the alt art from the 3 Captains pack. Very nice. But yeah, overall, this deck is extremely affordable for a top quality, very top tier aggro deck in the game right now. Okay. Okay, then we're going to look at Red Black Sabo, and then we might just run through the rest really, really quickly. 28th place list here by Jake. Let's check it out. About $120. Not bad at all. It's running the 2 Gold D Rogers, which I don't think this card's necessary in Red Black Sabo, at least not in my personal opinion. But I do know people are going to say it's going to help you with your Red Blue Ace matchup, and that is true. Okay, if you take this card out, guys, it's like a $50 deck. So you'll be able to get your 4 Secret Rare Sabos with that, your 4 SR Black Dragons, and 3 SR Red Dragons. That'll be a nice combo to get for any kind of future, Revo Army type leader. So that could be very good. Overall, I think this is a great deck for new players to get into the game with right now. And you can just not buy the Goldie Rogers and get the whole deck for pretty much under $60, under $70. And again, you can always work up to getting these over time. So really good stuff here with Red Black Sabo. Okay, now we're just going to blast through the rest here. Green Purple Limb, 11th place by Green D. This is a $72 list, and what's costing so much? It's running 2 Magellans, and it's running 2 Zoros. That's about it. You could probably find replacements for these if you're just trying to play a deck like Lim, which has a lot of ramping going on, and it cheats characters out. Very fun deck to play. And it's decently competitive right now. It's decent. Green Bonnie here, so we got a 16th place. Actually, let's look at here's a 2nd place list right here. Is this OP12? Okay, let's go for OP13. Hang on. Hopefully I didn't click on the OP12 list, guys. My apologies if I missed that. But here is a 16th place list here by Gmar from OP13. About $150. Okay, yeah, the Tashigis are pretty expensive. They're actually the cheapest I think they've been in a while. Good time to pick these up, I think. Cavendish is pretty cheap, like we said. This Bonnie has gone up a bit in price. These are around $9 a card. These were pretty cheap for a while there. Okay. You can get the Legacy of the Master manga one for about $650. Okay, good to know. I love how they have that feature. How we can see all the different rarities. That's awesome. But yeah, so we got Jory Bonnie here. This one's pretty expensive. I don't know if you necessarily need 4 of them in this deck. I think you can get away with just running 2 if you're trying to save some money. I think you can just buy 2 of these for about 15 or 16 bucks, whatever it ends up being, and you'll be good for a while and get the rest over time. But then we have Hody Jones. This card's about $7 a pop right now. And this Zoro is about $13 to $14 a card. Yeah, and this is a good card to close out games with. But you can, if you're just trying to save money, you can change this Zoro out for the 10 cost Doflamingo. Okay, the Doflamingo is a very, very cheap card compared to what we just saw there. Let me type in Doflamingo. Let's go to cards and search. So this card right here. This card is much cheaper, and it's not the same as Zoro. Zoro is more about attacking multiple times in a turn, but this is still a very high-level top-end card you can run that can help you close out games in future turns, and it's $1.50. Okay, so that's a lot cheaper, like we said, over the Zoro. Okay, and that's it for Bonnie. What else do we got here? We went over that. Green, Blue, Zoro, and Sanji. 18th place list here by Benjamin Bayer. Or Bayer. Hopefully I said that right. Around $200, guys. The Dracula Mihawks, like I said, we can take $20 off of this by buying the promo version. That's a rare situation where the promo is actually cheaper than the standard one because the standard one is from a starter deck. Okay, the Pronos are pretty expensive right now. The Nefeltari Vivis are very important how this deck functions. I don't think you can get around that. But this Luffy I don't think is necessary. I don't think you necessarily need this Luffy. It is good for the deck, though it is very strong. But either way, if you take off the $20 for the correct price of the promo Dracula Mihawks, you can get this one for around $150. Okay, we got a few more. We'll look at Pudding real quick. Here's a 13th place list here by Quentin Remus. About $230. The Mr. 2 Bond Crate Benthams are $130 of those dollars. If you can just run any other Dawn Ramp card here. Let me see something. This deck is not running It's to Die For, which is something I would recommend. It's called It's to Die For. I think I spelled that right. Whoops. Oh, I'm under decks. 1 second, guys. Okay, here it is. This card, under a quarter a card, a whole playset for $1. Yeah, this is a good card to replace it with. Otherwise, the card that I always tell people to replace it with, I just think it's a solid card, and it's super cheap at 25 cents a card. It's like the, I hate to say it like this, but it's almost like the poor man's version of Basil Hawkins, or excuse me, of Mr. 2 Boncray Bentham. It's not as good, but it does the same job on the same turn for what you need it to do, especially in purple yellow pudding. Okay, so that's it for pudding. Everything else is pretty reasonably priced in here, I think. It's really just the four Mr. 2 Boncray Benthams. Then we have Blackbeard. This is almost always a super cheap deck here. We got a 10th place list here by Dan Geef. $20. $20 for this deck, guys. It's hard to beat that. Half the price of this deck is the full playset of these 5-cost Kuzans. Seems good. Okay, now we got one more list to go over. We got Blue Purple Luffy starting to show up here. Here's an OP13 list, 15th place by Nolan Allen. Let's check out the list. Around $250 right now. The Mr. 2 Boncray Benthams are what's putting it to that point. And then, of course, everything else is actually pretty reasonably priced. It's just these Mr. 2 Boncray Benthams. If you're just trying to play this deck, guys, if you're just trying to make it work on a budget, no problem. Subtract $135 from the list and put in the 4 Basil Hawkins. I would highly recommend the Basil Hawkins, but this deck is running 2 of the Don Quixote Rosinantes, so it's to die for. Could be very good in here as well for the events. You know, they're both the Basil Hawkins and the it's to die for are triggers that can help you ramp Dawn when you take damage early on. So you do have that option there. Okay, well that's it, guys. I think that's all we got. Let me just summarize by saying this, guys, as I get the outro screen on the outro slide on the screen here. I'm struggling. Y'all bear with me. I think the game's in an incredible spot as far as the price goes. Competition, there is some, you know, it's a bit lacking for some people. Not everyone likes the triangle meta, but some people really do. You know, you can't please everyone. But I will say this, I think the game is going to get a lot better in OP14 just in general. I think the game looks better. There's way more interesting leaders popping up, some really powerful new cards. I think OP14 is looking like a blast. And I think it's going to be a bit cheaper as far as boxes go compared to OP13. Because remember, guys, OP13 was a anniversary set. Okay, but we'll have to see what happens. All right, I'm done. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Guys, if you are liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing my stuff, or using my TCG Player affiliate link, you're helping me out big time. I really appreciate it. If you're donating through Patreon or PayPal, if you're a Playmat supporter, a YouTube member, or part of the Discord community. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, peace.